Secrets hidden in plain sight. Powers that move the world in the shadows. Questions no one dares to answer. Step beyond the Matrix. Subscribe.
I done found something else, y'all. The Federal Reserve, the IRS, the American Cancer Association, and the Rockefeller Foundation were all established 1 year before World War I. Meaning they be planning all this shit out to get money off of our ass, okay? 2 years prior to World War I, these three wealthy businessmen were all on the Titanic and they opposed of the creation of the central bank. J.P. Morgan owned the ship and he canceled at the last minute. They didn't. When the Resistance sank, the system rose. The same year they took over money, they started taxing your income. You work, they print, you pay them back with interest. The Rockefeller Foundation begins reshaping medicine, education, science, and world health. The American Cancer Society, marketed as charity but tied to the same forces pushing patent drugs, industrial food, fear, and chemotherapy. 1913, global positioning. The next year, World War I, first fully industrialized, banker-backed war. Who profits? The same families who now print the money, and the pattern begins. Problem, reaction, profit. Motherfuckers. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie. Neither do patterns. Stick to the patterns, y'all. That's why I study history so much. Because it's a pattern. And a pattern never changes. It always repeats itself. Y'all stay safe, though. And stop trusting these motherfuckers.
They're ugly. I mean, they think we're ugly, too. They're anywhere from 7 to 22 feet tall. They can weigh up to 1,800 pounds. They're reptilian. The ones that have stubby tails, if you see one that has no tail, he's of the warrior class, or the worker class. The longer the tail, the higher their rank. When you see one with long tails, with winged appendages, he's considered royalty. Whenever you see one, you ought to just run like hell. You shouldn't approach it. You shouldn't provoke it. Just get the hell out of its way. Just get out of its way. Just run. There is a way to kill them. If you can't off their head, they have two hearts. There's one here, underneath this armpit, and one here. Or if you can't get to that area and you need to slow it down, you need to hit it right above its groin area. It has a very large liver. You need to wound it there.
Yo, why is our life exactly a movie, y'all? I have never seen the sky look this crazy, y'all. How is the clouds able to do this, y'all? Y'all gonna tell me that y'all seen these clouds all of your life? Because I be seeing people in the comments talking about, oh, these are just cumulus clouds and maculus clouds and all this type of stuff. Bro, this is different. What is this? And it's not just one person posting these crazy cloud sky transformation, bro. So many people in California was catching this. Look at the sun. Here go another person recording this. Why is nobody talking about how this looks like a whole nother world? Bro, you guys see this? Yo, how is it possible that the sky is glowing these Lisa Frank rainbow-like colors, man? It looks like cotton candy up there. Y'all, there is something magical happening on our planet, and there is a lot of distractions to keep us from seeing the magic that's currently taking place. Because how is this possible, y'all? I've been telling y'all that the X-Men are getting ready to be birthed, and now look at this. Mother Nature, Mother Earth is literally showing this right in front of our eyes. Look at what my friends caught on the way home from work, y'all. How is this possible, bro? Y'all see this? Look at all this energy. It looks like there's a whole bunch of worlds arcing into our world. Is this Noah's Ark? They are arcing into our world. And then you got this couple in Oklahoma talking about this green light that was coming out of the sun, bro. It was freaking them out. And the crazy thing is, I talked about how the real sun is actually green. Y'all remember they've been telling us about this green flash all our lives, like since we've been babies. Oh, the sun is this green flash. Watch out for the green flash at sunset. And look at it right over here in Oklahoma. What is going on here? Is that the Aurora Borealis about to come through and bust it wide open? Cause why does the orange look like a filter, bro? Why does this orange thing look like a filter and then the real sun about to come through? It feels like something is changing, y'all. Maybe it's just me. Do y'all feel it? Look at this. I'm not here to tell y'all what is happening, but I'm asking you, do y'all feel that energy? Does it feel different to you? Let me know that in the comments below. Y'all see it, man. What is this? Let's shift this here. Let's continue to get it, y'all. Peace out.
Did you see what Flock Camera is doing now?
No, what's come out?
A lot of cops are resigning or forced to resign because they're speaking out against this Flock Camera system.
Good for
Why?
them.
Something that just came out is that Flock cameras, not only do they do facial recognition, but they have this capability now for their AI to instantly link up to your Bluetooth in your car, whether it be your phone or your headphones, and then be able to track you anywhere.
That makes absolutely zero sense. We keep seeing more and more videos of these flock cameras falsely accusing people who are completely innocent,
Yeah.
who have footage of them at other places.
All I'm saying is there's copper in there.
We're not saying go cut these things down.
No, we
No, I'm
never.
just talking about the potential shortage of copper.
I heard a lot of people were buying those green laser pointers and it's frying the system. You guys shouldn't do that.
No, of course not. Because that would work. They would stop working if we did
It's
that.
illegal.
Yeah.
It's illegal and you should not.
She was like, would you? And I was like, no, I would never. That's disgusting. But that's what I'd say if I was gonna. You know, like they love.
Hey, I just want to let y'all know right where I'm standing, there should be water. I am in the Rocky Mountain National Park. I am standing in the Colorado River right now. What? 40 million people, 7 states. Because this is where the river starts, right where I'm standing, in the Rocky Mountain National Park, in a state with a drought that doesn't even have priority water rights over a river that starts here. The federal government is going to get its hands on it come December. And you're telling me there's enough of this for 40 million people, 7 states, and the billionaires in their data centers? There ain't enough girl math in the fucking world to make that make sense. This is life. We cannot live without this. We cannot live without this. And the federal government is going to get its hands on this river in December. You want to know why I keep talking about it? Because we cannot live without water. And they don't care about us, and they don't care if we die. This is life. This is life.
Does your household experience missing spoons? And why do I say that? Because you may not be alone. I thought I was the only one with a household where spoons vanished into thin air or possibly into another dimension. But listen to this video for yourself.
I haven't had spoons in at least 15 years. I don't know where they are. I don't know what they're doing with them. Trash. I don't know, under a bed, in a car, at a friend's house, in the backyard. I don't know. I don't know where they are. And I'm so tired of every morning waking up and thinking that I'm going to get to use a spoon today. And then I don't get to use a spoon.
Wow.
That's right. Silly. And for those of you that are like, just buy more. No, I'm not buying anymore. I'm not investing anymore in this shithole. No, no spoons. You shoot me. Shoot me, Mr. Robber.
Who else shares the same sentiment? She doesn't have any kids. She's even had cheese graters, spatulas, spoons just vanish out of her home with no trace in sight of where they are. She's checked garbage pails, like she said, neighbors' backyards, everywhere. But yet, no spoons have been found. Where are all of the spoons going? It's food for thought. I thought I was the only one that would wake up, go to the dishwasher, empty it out, and the spoons are missing. Every day, one is gone. The next day, another. Let me know if you're having the same problem, especially if you don't have children in the house. You can understand children would take them, leave them in a room, put them under a bed, or possibly even throw them out when they're done eating. But this is something that is happening everywhere to a lot of people. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Life got a funny way of bringing lessons back around once you're ready to look at them with fresh eyes. I've been seeing a lot of videos of people talking about the things that they've learned about this COVID vaccine, which a lot of us who y'all deemed as conspiracy theorists already knew. But the thing that I realized the most is this goes far beyond the conversation about COVID. The lesson with all of this was about fear. Another big lesson with all of this was about trust. And if you ask me, COVID was one of the biggest social consciousness experiments that they've ever conducted in this lifetime that I know of. We've heard plenty of times that we are in the age of disclosure. We just finished watching Disclosure Day. As I'm hearing all these conversations, y'all know me, I go straight to the symbolism of everything. Why now? Why is this being disclosed now, finally? One thing I do know is astrology has always been used to understand seasons and cycles. I ain't talking just seasons in nature. I'm talking about seasons in consciousness as well. If you've been paying attention, unless you under a rock, you can see and you can also feel the tension. A lot of people are feeling like the curtain is being pulled back, even in their own lives and situations. Talking about even things that people felt like was settled are entering the chat again. From an astrological standpoint, many astrologers look at this time period as a time period of truth, reconstructing, revealing, and the one that most people don't like to hear, accountability. It's less about creating something new, but more so about revealing what was already there. It's kind of like what I said about Mercury retrograde, how Mercury is not the problem itself, it's exposing what was already there. It's like I told y'all, Saturn retrograde is basically saying, so what you gonna do now that you know what's up? If Mercury is the messenger and Saturn is the teacher, could it be that we're entering a season where a lot of institutions and systems are experiencing the same exact thing? Astrology in this specific framework are just going to basically expose the things that the collective is going through at the time. Even putting it in perspective, thinking about your own life. How many relationships and or friendships been exposed? How many beliefs have you questioned in the last few years? And in regards to family dynamics, things that usually get swept under the rug can no longer be swept under the rug. This is not just happening on the world stage. This is also happening in people's lives. So speaking of placements, you have Neptune and Saturn retrograde in Aries and Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. In essence, Neptune gonna make you question, and then Saturn is gonna make you question whether it's gonna hold up under scrutiny, because Saturn is about responsibility and accountability. And Pluto is all about what has been hidden that wants to come to the light. Not to mention that August 2026 is eclipse season. And what is eclipses? Eclipses in astrology is interpreted as periods of revelation. All of that together, I'm like, suddenly it makes sense why all of these old narratives and themes are starting to resurface. I ain't saying that astrology causes these events once again, but what I am saying is when you start to pay attention, it's interesting how the symbolism lines up to exactly what's happening right now. The last point that I want to make, which is going to connect back to my first point, is this was much deeper than just the vaccine itself. Part of the social experiment was to see who would fold under extreme pressure. It was also to see how many would participate under extreme pressure, such as threatening people's livelihoods and their job. This is also a great lesson to realize and understand that everything is about choice. The messed up part with all of this is there were some subgroups of people who did not have a choice, literally. For instance, children who were forced by their parents to get these vaccines. But from my perspective, and again, heavy on my perspective, that's completely different from people who went to work, their livelihood and jobs were threatened, and they decided to fold under pressure. Because if that's the case, if that was you, you would have to ask yourself, what did that season reveal about me? One thing I know is history don't just test our knowledge, it's going to test your character. Another thing I know is if we don't learn a lesson, we're going to keep repeating the exam. What I've realized throughout this whole thing is fear will make people abandon their critical thinking. When that happens, fear becomes the loudest voice in the room. What I'm saying is right now is the time for a lot of people, especially the ones who folded under pressure, to look back at one of the most defining time periods of our lives and analyze how you either reacted, overreacted, or were pushed into fear at that time, and why. I decoded the movie Disclosure Day. I said exactly this. The movie Disclosure Day itself, it didn't show a whole lot. A lot of people were upset about it, right? And I told y'all they were pretty much breadcrumbing us the whole time. However, just like somebody pointed out in one of my comments of one of my videos, they said that Spielberg spelled out "you are here," I believe it was, on the first part of the movie. And it equated to like when you're in a mall and it shows you on the map of where you're standing. So the movie itself was showing you that you are at the starting point of disclosure. What I'm trying to say is, this is one of many things that will be disclosed. Just the beginning. Y'all get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
This is right now, and this is not Maui. This is Washington. It's crazy how all these trees are standing, but the rims of the cars are melting. We've seen this before. But just wait until I show you what the news was saying not too long ago. So 60,000 people evacuated. 600 buildings burned down so far. It looks like the apocalypse over there. I mean, just everything. We also know there's fires happening all over the world right now. So I'm gonna throw some stuff up on the screen for you to look at with me. We have this picture right here of these rims melting and trees standing right beside. Now, we've already gone over all this and certain temperatures and stuff. I think everyone's caught up to speed now. Now, in the United States, we've already seen over 1,000 wildfires this year. And again, this is something recent, the last year or two, because we didn't usually see fires this extreme all the time, every day, every week, 5 years ago. But completely unrelated, the news actually posted a crazy story I think we should look at. It's completely unrelated to all this fire right now. But real quick, right before we get into that, we are doing a giveaway, a guitar, a bunch of other stuff, and it's free to enter the raffle. So if you want information about this giveaway or this Patreon raffle, just comment raffle in the comments and I'll reply with a link telling you more information. You can also find information about our new conspiracy book club where I'm taking photocopies of antique books and sending it to you physically every month. Okay, now check this out. This is insane. You remember when they used to say that this thing right behind me was just some kind of theory, Well, check this out. By the way, again, it's completely unrelated, not relevant, totally different subject than what's happening in Washington right now.
It's got a live demonstration of directed energy weapons. He says the Pentagon intends to buy tens to hundreds of these in the coming years. It's the first known viewing of a directed energy weapon demonstration by a sitting war secretary. So what are they? Directed energy weapons fire concentrated energy at the speed of light, and for years, intelligence officials working abroad have reported brain injuries known as Havana syndrome. The condition could be linked to directed energy weapons. Earlier this week, we spoke to Emmy Award-winning investigative journalist.
Oh, it's like Mountain Dew. That's pretty insane, is it not? Because they told us that whole thing didn't exist, and now they're putting it on the news. I wonder why, by the way. And also completely unrelated, again, not relevant to what's happening right now. They actually, just in Washington, blocked a new data center just recently. Not relevant.
New York mayor said people that live in New York have to show ID to buy groceries. What the fuck is this? But now it's reports coming out saying that he didn't say that. I mean, I watched the interview. He kind of said it. But MAGA is mad at him, so he's backtracking. But when I heard this story, he was talking about giving people discounts. I was like, shit, why not? I mean, the food prices sky high. So if he's offering New Yorkers a discount, why not go for it? He said there will be one grocery market like this in each borough. Then I started thinking about these people and I said, they up to something. So you mean to tell me people need ID or a library card to buy apples, bananas, water, but they don't need ID to vote? But once again, he's denying all of this. But if this shit really do happen, New York have a big influence in the rest of the country. So if New York started, that means Pennsylvania might start it, New Jersey, Delaware, California. I mean, the discounts sound good, but I think it's something else going on. I believe they just want to track everything we do. They watch everything we do. When we go in the supermarkets, they got cameras everywhere. I know people going to say it's because people be stealing. I mean, the food price is so goddamn high. What do you want people to do? But he said it, then he denied it. I think this is really deep. I think it's all about control. They already know the food prices are sky high. So if they say, how about we give you 5%, 10% off, people going to lose their mind. Not to mention, it's going to hurt those supermarkets in those 5 boroughs. This shit is like a big ass spider web. It's nothing but a trap.
The synthetic soul shoe. In 1960, we invented synthetic materials. The first thing we did was we put rubber sole, synthetic soles on the shoes.
We are organisms that live and grow and depend entirely on the earth while we're alive, and yet we have completely isolated ourselves from it. We're so disconnected that it becomes this weird thing if we actually slip our shoes off.
This was the single thing that probably caused the proliferation of inflammation-related health disorders far and above anything else.
In simple terms, grounding is literally putting your bare feet on the ground. When you do that, you're in contact with the earth, and Mother Earth is endowed with electrons, and these electrons are literally absorbed through your feet.
Grounding means connecting to the earth to support the specific function of the organs of your body. It supports the body as a whole, but it specifically supports organ systems down to the tissues and the cellular function of the entire body.
All right, you guys, look at this. I got my voltage meter out, and I have the positive stuck in the ground there, and the negative in my hand. I'm wearing my sandals. That's the reading now. Now watch what happens when I ground myself. Take my sandals off and put my feet down. Their feet. The reading. What a difference. Somebody's left line. Watch it. Put that down.
See that? That's on the concrete and producing nothing. See that? Nothing. Stand in the grass. You go in the grass some more. Immediately. That's what grounding gets you. Recharge.
I mean, kids need to be outside playing barefoot anyways. We didn't talk about grounding, but when your bare feet are in contact with the earth and your palms, you get free electrons from the earth. Negative charge. Negative charge is what powers your mitochondria to make energy. After a cell phone for like a few minutes, you can see the thermograph showing this inflammatory impetus within the face. The tissues of the face are hot. Ground for 20 minutes, everything cools down. But now with all of our rubber-soled shoes, our synthetic fabrics and everything like that, we're blocking that electrical connection to the earth. And we're cutting off basically 1/3 of the electron supply we're supposed to get. Most people think about food. Food is only 1/3 of the story. We also have direct exposure and stimulation of melanin in the skin by the sun. And we also have the third pillar being grounding and direct electron exchange from the earth. We're really only getting one of the three pillars in the modern day from the food, and most of the food is BS anyway.
Teach you this, but never teach you this. You are a biological battery. This is why you get charged in a court and then sit in a cell, a battery cell, because you're electromagnetic. You are an electromagnetic battery, and you have no energy because you're not charging your field. This is the force that gives you energy and life. There are many different ways you can charge the body, like grounding or standing next to a tree. The ground is electromagnetic. Canes we use today have rubber tips. Ancient canes used natural materials with metal handles and metal tips with a wooden pole. These canes were used for grounding. The electromagnetic energy of the earth was connected to the body by grounding these poles. Today we use unnatural materials, which doesn't allow energy from the earth to transfer to your hand. We have been disconnected from the earth. Rubber sole shoes were invented to disconnect us. The ancients even had grounding shoes. Everything today has just been inverted. We've never been so disconnected from nature.
Like, people really don't understand we supposed to be in tribes. Like, we not supposed to be growing up and moving out and separating from each other. We supposed to stay in a tribe. That's how we thrive together. The higher up motherfuckers that run the world, why you think they run the world? Why you think they own everything? It's because these motherfuckers keep it in the family. They stick together. As they keep having more and more kids, they keep it in the family. They pass the family business down. And every time an individual person learns some different type of knowledge, they bring it back to the tribe. They bring it back to the family. They keep all the knowledge within the family. It's like, and people don't understand this shit. Why do y'all think most people out here struggle? It's because we've accepted the ideology of when you grow up to a certain age, you're supposed to just move out and go start your own family. That's fucking stupid. Do y'all realize they psychologically and socially programmed us to believe that bullshit? Do y'all understand that? That's why most people are struggling. That's exactly why. We're supposed to be in tribes. We're supposed to be in a community. We're supposed to help each other. We're not supposed to fucking grow up and then move out and start our own family and be out on our own. That's fucking stupid. They programmed us to think that that's how humans supposed to live. Bro, I'm done. I just had to rant real quick, y'all. I just had to rant, that's all.
is what our Dunkin' Donuts
Look at
eggs
this
look
fucking
like.
madness.
And just take a
Check
look.
this out.
It's still good.
Dunkin's eggs aren't
Telling you guys, everything soon is going to be fake. You already see Bill Gates pushing the fake meat, the Beyond Meat, the lab printed meat, because, you know, we can't all eat fucking beef. Fake eggs. I've seen these coming from China as well. Fake rice. Literally looks like real rice. Pure plastic. They're gonna try and make everything fake. Look at this shit. Like, what am I even looking at? And people eat this. Like, people who don't check this because they don't know any better, people who can't spot the difference, they maybe just scramble this egg. You know, they don't think, oh, maybe it tastes a bit weird, whatever. Imagine how many people are eating this. This is why I also don't trust white eggs. I don't trust white eggs. If the egg is not like a little brownie kind of, you know, cream color, and it doesn't have some spots on it, and I mean, if you've seen a real egg, you know what a fucking real egg looks like. Any egg that is pure white, I'm always suspicious of. I'm like, that must be some fucking weird chicken. Look at this, fake fucking eggs, man. Plastic, pure fucking plastic. And how well it's imitated. It's actually crazy to think how well that has been done.
Last night, Donald Trump in the White House actually posted this video online. Yes, this is real. Yeah, I don't even know what we just watched. This is real. You can find it on their Twitter or different social media platforms. I don't know what that was. The American people just want healthcare. We want affordable housing, affordable groceries, affordable education. And this is what Donald Trump gives us instead. Utter insanity.
I feel like the main goal of ancient Egyptians was spiritual mastery. Like, they had this understanding of how the world worked, like way before they would have been able to just receive that information. They just had knowledge of things that at that time there would be no way for them to actually have the knowledge of, like the pyramids lining up perfectly to true north, and then also lining up with Orion's belt. Like, I don't think that that was by coincidence. They have knowledge about the afterlife and how, like, there is life after life. Like, they were all tapped into that sacred knowledge, mystery schools. I feel like the technologies that they had, if we looked at it, it would look primitive, but that's because their technology is based off of energy and vibrations and sounds and things like that, like using sounds to heal and using vibrations and chants and rituals almost to move things using vibrations, frequencies. And like, I feel like ancient Egypt was just basically about becoming spiritually masterful and knowing exactly how the world worked and knowing how to navigate everything in the world for your benefit and manifest on a masterful level. Like, I fully believe that that was their main goal. And so to us, you know, maybe their technologies would look primitive, but realistically, it was never about like the object. It was about the energy. It was about the knowledge. It was about the vibrations, the frequencies. It was about literally the hidden knowledge about what those items actually do and how to activate them and how to actually use them. Like, I just feel like that's what ancient Egypt was actually about.
Hey, watch this. Watch this. I just can't right now. I ain't gonna go. No, we don't know. We need that. No, I know. You need all that. The numbers. Make sure to talk back on it. Now watch this. That's the we gonna make the report. Watch this. Look, Gatorade.
Where you came from? Out of here?
Yeah, the stove. Just wait till the milk. Hey, milk. Wait. That's what I said.
Somebody replaced it.
Somebody
tried to
but
pray, like somebody bought it, drunk it, and got gas.
But if you pop the top, though.
That's what I'm saying.
can see right there. Oh shit! That's gas. You see that? And the fucking Gatorade bottle from here.
You need to make the police bring your daddy. You called your daddy?
Fucking gas in there, bro.
You told
At this stove.
You gotta make the police report.